lullaby. This is the most difficult time to take class. After Krishna, the most difficult time to keep every course. So, one important aspect of Vaisnava Sadachar is you have to keep away from Vaishnava aparat. What is the meaning of the word aparat? Offense. What does aparat mean? From where that word came from? It comes from? It comes from Radharani. The word aparat comes from Radharani. Aparatha. That means whatever is displeasing to Radharani is aparat. So it is very important that in our spiritual life, if we need to make progress, we have to please So this truth is very much realized by the inhabitants of Vrindavan. That is why there King Krishna is not supreme. Who is supreme in Vrindavan? Radhe Radhe. You don't chant Radhe Radhe, no prasadam. Radharani is the king, the empress. So, whatever is displeasing to Radharani is considered as aparat. The most worst aparata is Vaishnava aparata. It is known as Makta Gaja aparata. Makta Gaja aparata. Mad elephant. Makta Gaja means mad elephant. Why it is termed as Makta Gaja aparata? Why? Because our bhakti is compared to a lata. Bhakti lata. Bhakti lata. Lata means creeper. Trees are very strong. Branches are very strong. But creepers are very soft. You can easily pull out very close. They're very soft. That's why in Vrindavan, a devotee, a very exalted devotee, is staying in Vrindavan as a lata. Who is that devotee? Who is that devotee? Uddhava. Uddhava is staying in Vrindavan in the form of Gulma Lata. Where? Which place? Which place is this staying? Uddhav Kund. When you go for Govardhan Parikrama, there is a very important spot. It's called the Uddhava Kunda. There, Uddhava is permanently residing in the form of a Gulma Lata. That Lata is known as Gulma Lata. That is why if you have paid attention, there is a small temple there by the side of the pond. And there is Uddhava's deity. And by the side of the deity, there will be a creeper. Have you taken darshan there? No? Uddhava you did not go? So, Lata, why Uddhava is staying there as Lata? Means he is epitomizing Bhakti Lata. And it also denotes his soft heart. Uddhava soft heart. Devotees are very soft. Kusuma dabi mridula. Vajra dabi kathora. That's what is. Devotee's heart. Devotee's heart is mridula. Mridula means soft, like kusuma. Kusuma means what? Devotee's hearts are soft like Vajrodabi kathora. Kathora means like what? Diamond. Diamond is considered as hardest substance, right? So when will their heart become soft? And when will their heart become hard? When they are with Krishna. When they are separated from Krishna, their heart becomes hard. Also, when they see an offense being committed against other Vaishnavas, offense being committed against deities, Bhagavan, then they become very hard. They become like warriors. They can even take up weapons and fight. Have they done so in the history? Guru Maharaj to come. Our own Guru Maharaj, my own Guru Maharaj, it is done. And in Sri Rangam, in the history of Sri Rangam, and there was Mughal invasion, all the Sri Vaishnavas were armed and they're fighting. They knew that they will be killed, but even then they fought for protecting Ranganatha. And finally, one lady came and saved the beautiful pastime, maybe some other times. So anyway, devotees are very soft and devotees are also very harsh. So, Mattagaja Aparadha means Vaishnava offense. So there are 3 degrees of Vaishnava. 3 degrees. The first degree is Manasika Aparadha. You commit Aparadha in the mind, mental level. How can you commit Aparadha in the mental level? In the mind. Externally we smile. Nice, nice. That internally, next time I will serve, no, I will not give you Aparadha. That is mental level. Manasika tala. The second level is verbal. You scold, you express your vengeance or hatred in the form of words. Scold Vaishnava. That is mental. It is more worse. Then the third level, third degree, what you do? You take it physically. You beat the Vaishnava. So, positive degree, comparative degree, superficial degree. Which degree you would like to have? Once I asked this question, then it was superlative. So, you should not have any degrees here. These degrees are not good. BA, BCom, BSc is at least good for namesake, even though you will not get any job. These degrees are no use, useless degrees. So the worst degree is physical. Then down is verbal. Least is mental. So at least when you do mental things, there is some chance. The mental, everything starts. The seeds are sown in the mind. From mental, you will be promoted to, elevated to verbal. From verbal, you will be elevated to promotion. So when things come from the mental level itself, because next step is verbal. Don't entertain. So there are some instances like mental, which you say. It's not exactly an offense. Like in Ramayana, Hanuman was there with Lord Rama. And Rama told Sugriva that this is Chaturmasya, rainy season. So we will not search for Sita. You take rest. Because you have now only got the kingdom. You enjoy. 4 months you enjoy. You wait. Everyone was enjoying except one person. Anjaneya Swami. Anjaneya Swami was always with Lord Rama. But one problem Anjaneya Swami had with Lord Rama is Lord Rama will not allow him to sleep. Why? In the night and all, Lord Rama will get up and say, "Hey, Sita, Sita, Janaki, Vaideki." And then she will cry, thinking of Sita. The Anjaneya Swami is disturbed. Suddenly, Lord Rama is like, Sita is what to do first. Will pacify. Again, Lord Rama will go, Sita. So he's constantly getting disturbed. So then mentally Hanumanta, see, Lord Rama is Maryada Purushottam, such a valorous Kshatriya. Even demigods are scared to come in front of him. Such a chivalrous man is thinking of a woman and crying. Doesn't suit the status of Lord. After all, one woman, no? Why are you making a big fuss? Like that he's thinking. Why? Because he is a brahmachari. You think like that only. After all, woman only. Just as only, but it's not. After all, woman. After woman, like we say, all is gone. For them, after all, it's different. But Anjaneya Swami doesn't understand. Such a big fuss. So mentally is there. Then after some days, after Chaturmasya is over, Anjaneya Swami goes to Lanka. The Anjaneya Swami has never taken darshan of Sita. So when is the first darshan happening? Ashoka Vada. So as soon as Anjaneya Swami takes darshan of Sita Maya, he immediately thinks, my Rama's heart is so hard like a stone. How stone-hearted is my Rama? Like that he started thinking of Rama. By seeing the greatness of Sita, the chastity of Sita Maya, the love of Sita Maya, Anjaneya Swami is thinking, how can my Rama be separated from Sita Maya, such a wonderful lady? He must be really stone-hearted. So he completely changed his opinion. He's thinking, the crying is not enough. He must have cried it 24 hours for such a lady. Once in a while only he got up and cried. This is not enough. So it's not an offense, but still, it's on a mental level. Just to give you an example. He was thinking like this about. Like if you want an example of a verbal level, in Bhagavatam, it is coming. Daksha did that against a Vaishnava who verbally abused Daksha. He said, I did a big mistake in my life. What is the mistake, I married off my beautiful daughter to this dirty person. Such a dirty person. He always stays in the crematory. Instead of using talcum powder, he'll use ashes from dead bodies. Instead of wearing necklace, gold necklace, he'll wear skull necklace. Instead of bangles, he'll catch out of poisonous snakes and put them as bangles and garlands. Like that is blasphemed in left and right. So that is what kind of abra? No, physical abra. Who did physical abra? Draupadi. Who did that abra? Shasana. Shasana physically did Vaishnavi abra. What did you do? You did a great mistake. What you did know? He caught hold of the hair of Draupadi. You should have never done that. Whoever has got hold of the hair of a Sumangali Charikravati Stri, they will immediately perish. Two guys, Macco men, they perished because they did this mistake. They caught hold of the hair. Who were the two men? Very chivalrous. Who was the first man? Ravana. You know what Ravana did? He caught Sita by the rash. That's all done. Tamil Govinda Govinda English along. The Tamil song would you on song on the action. You should never touch the hair of a small listener. Vedavati. And then Dushasana. Then another foolish person. He also comes. He caught the hair of. He's also gone. So never catch a Sattvi's hair. Prabhuji, even if you want to do makeup, put your gloves and do some makeup. Very powerful. Sumandali Stris. So, this Vishwasana did a wave of this. So, it is very important that we avoid these aparadhas in the starting point of the aparadhas. And this we do. Most of us do. So you have to go back home before we go to sleep. You have to analyze. Did we do any mental offense? Normally we are very cultured, gentlemen, ladies. You won't do it verbally or physically. But mentally, I will see background musical about it. And some people, they're so nice. Full time they'll smile. I don't know whether their mouth will not take or not. Then in the night, if you go to the room, close the room, and they shout. You all these things people do. They throw things on the floor, right? You want to vent out. That's all not good. The starting point is mind. Keep your mind very clean. Mental aparadh is also very dangerous. And on what basis you do aparadh? On different levels. Sometimes we do aparadh based on their physical appearance. See, look at his nose. Look at his face. Think like a mountain. But then we judge Vaishnavas from their physical appearance. That is also an offense. There was one rishi called Ashtavakra. You know why he got that name? He's bent. And there is one lady who is bent in 3 places. She's a fortunate lady. Who is the Kubja. She is Trivakra. So, here, this is Ashtavakra. He's a great saint, Jnani. But people used to make fun of him. How he is walking, bent. So, based on the physical appearance, we should not judge them. Vaishnava. It's a grave offense. Once what happened in Vrindavana, Rupa Goswami was meditating. You know who is Rupa Goswami? One of the Shat Goswamis. Who are the Shat Goswamis? Sanatana Goswami, Rupa Goswami, Madhvas Goswami, Varnamata Goswami, Gopal Bhatta Goswami, Jiva. They were exalted devotees. Actually, Rupa Goswami is Rupa Manjari in the spiritual channels. They are very exalted. And these Goswamis, they sit and meditate, and in their mind, through their mind, they will go to Goloka. Their body will be here, but they will travel to Goloka, and he will go and do his seva as Rupa Manjari there. Then after that, he will come back and be Rupa Goswami. But real thing is Rupa Goswami. Actually, is going there and doing his seva as Rupa Manjari. So once he was meditating, and he was doing seva in Goloka. His body is here in India. And there, all the seva is done, and Krishna cracked a joke. And hearing the joke, everyone laughed. Radharani goes true. It started laughing. And Rupa Goswami also started laughing. But where he is laughing? He is laughing in Vrindavan, on the earth. But the pastime is happening in Goloka. So that happened. He completed his seva and he came back. Next day, he was again sitting and meditating to go there and do the seva. He's not able to go. How much ever he's trying, he's not able to go there. Something is blocking him. Flight is not taking off. So he's surprised. Every time it was so easy. As soon as he closed his eyes, he'll go so fast. But today he's not able to go. He's so much worried. What is the problem? So then he's not only worried because he's not able to go there, he's worried because his seva is pending there. He is supposed to do some seva there. He has to collect flowers, make garlands. Some seva Radharani has given him, but he is sitting here. Then who will do the seva? So he's worried about that. And then he started crying because he's not able to do the seva. And then he immediately went to Sanatana Goswami. Who is Sanatana Goswami? His brother, elder brother. He said, I don't know. I'm not able to go there and do seva. Then Sanatana Goswami said, you must have done some Vaishnava. He said, Vaishnava, Radha. No, I did not see any Vaishnava. Vaishnava. In this forest, I can do Aparadha. No, I did not see anybody. Yesterday night, I completed my seva. Today morning, I am trying to go and not in between, I did not see anyone. No. Vaishnava Aparadha must have come. You just rewind and see what happened yesterday. Then you go understand. When he is rewinding, nothing is happening. Then finally, Nalana Goswami said, there must be someone, some Vaishnava, who must be living here, near India. You find out, go to them and ask, what Aparadha have come. So Rupa Goswami went around and he saw one Vaishnava, wearing a temple. And as soon as he saw Rupa Goswami, he immediately paid obeisances. And then Rupa Goswami also paid his obeisances and he said, did I do any offense unto you? Please tell me. He said, no, what about you? No, you are the only person here. And he said, yeah, definitely I must have done something against you. Please tell me. Please be open. We want to rectify him. What did you do? Then very hesitatingly, the person told us, you know what happened? What Rupa Goswami did? You know what happened? There Krishna cracked a joke. Hearing that, he was laughing. But exactly at that particular point, this Vaishnava was walking. And this Vaishnava was, he is handicapped person. He walks like this, it's a handicapped person. So he walks in a funny way. So what this Vaishnava thought? That's nice. Yes. So he got like this name. So Rupa Goswami is such an exalted person. Even he is making fun of me. Like that he thought for a short second. But he thought, no, actually it's Goswami. We should not think like that. Because of that offense, Rupa Goswami's connection with Rupa Vrindavan was cut off. See, then what will happen to us? When will we reconnect our connection? Can you even call this an offense? Unknowingly, governmental. But why it is considered as an offense? Because a Vaishnava got it. Whether you meant to hurt him or not, that is immaterial. But at the end of the day, was this Vaishnava hurt? It is considered as. So this is a kind of alertness that we need to have. So next time when you go to Goloka Vrindavan, don't laugh at Krishna's joke. Some Vaishnava will pass in front of you. Okay. So Vaishnava Aparadha, that is why it is known as Matta Gaja Aparadha. Then another way we do Vaishnava Aparadha is we demean a Vaishnava based on his low caste. He is from a low caste. He is a low caste fellow. I am a high caste Brahmana who is a low caste Shudra. When you think like that about a Vaishnava, then that is also an offense. Aparadha, jati, we should not see. One foolish person always used to do this aparadha against an exalted devotee in Mahabharata. Who is that foolish person? Duryodhana. Duryodhana always used to blaspheme Vigraha based on his caste. After all, you are a Dasi. Yes. So that is a great offense. So you should not commit offense based on their caste. Third way of committing offense is you blaspheme a devotee on the basis of his previous sins. Now he is already a devotee. Earlier he was a sinful person. He was doing so many wrong things. But now he has become a devotee. But even now, you will say, 10 years back you are eating meat. No. He was a born vegetarian. Don't think you can stand in front of him. You are after all eating non-eating. How only you became vegetarian. Like that, all the previous sins they will calculate and think that I am superior to this person. So, that's what the Shastra say. Nadi Moolam, Rishi Moolam. We should not analyze. You should not try to go back and find out the origin of a river or origin of a rishi. Origin is not so important. Now, what is their status? Why you should not go back and find the origin of the river? You lose respect. For example, Yamunamaya is so huge. Gangamaya is so huge. But if you go to the origin, which is the origin of Gangamaya? Gomukha. There she is trickling from a small rock, like a trickle. I said, this is Ganga. Like that we so that's why you should not look at the origin, who they are. Now who they are. That is what is important. So we should not criticize a devotee based on their previous things. Because Krishna is saying, Abhichetsu Duracharo. Kshipram Bhavati Dharma. It's not saying simply Dharmatma, Bhavati Dharma. Kshipram. Within no time, very easily, even though he is sinful, if he is surrendered unto me, he will become a Dharma. So all these previous sins are not at all important. And you should also not criticize a Vaishnava for an accidental fall down. What is an accidental fall down? And what is the difference between an accidental fall down and the premeditated fall down? Are they saying?
Where the dead done something. Okay. Premeditated is thinking through planning and
then deliberately. Yeah. Like I had a friend in my school. He's a Christian fellow. A very pious Christian. So one day we were going for a school outing with all the friends. Then he said, tomorrow you come and pick me up from the church. I'll be at the church. You come and pick me from there. So we all thought, what a pious person. Even when he's going for an excursion with his friends, he wants to pray at the church and come. But yeah, at this age you are so there. And then we picked him up and we went there to pick him up and he was not there. So he went inside and we saw that he's in the confession room. Confession, in churches there is something called a confession box. It's a box. So what do they do there in the confession box? So what they do is they will seek forgiveness from for their past sins, whatever they did. So this boy is in the confession room. So then he came out after some time and I asked him, what did you confess? We are going for a picnic yesterday. whole week you are with us in the school only. In between, what's you did? What was there so urgent to confess before the discussion? He said, this is the first time I'm going for a trip without my parents. And this time I want to nicely drink and make merry. Whatever I wanted to do all these years, I want to do now. For all those sins that I'm going to commit this week, I'm taking advanced confession. Will this work? There is no advanced confession.
Anticipatory
No anticipatory. That's the thing. It will not work. So, if they taught a Vaishnava who falls down accidentally, then don't criticize him. It was not premeditated. This is a world of Maya. Anytime anybody can fall down. So you should understand that and you should be very sympathetic to our fellow Vaishnavas. Many times I've seen that we completely ostracize the devotee. We behave with that person very cruelly. You say, you did not come for satsang, no, but please, no, you're out. You go somewhere else, you don't like to come. Like that, we treat him like an outcast. You did not chant, no? I heard that you drank last month. That's it, you are gone. Like that, you treat such devotees like criminals. They are still chanting. Maybe some fall down happened because of their previous vasana. So, actually, we should be more sympathetic to them, no? They need our help more than that person who's regularly coming for satsang and practicing whatever he is supposed to practice, isn't it? So, there is a story like there was a Gurukul and there was a common hall and they all sleep in the hall. And one day when the boys got up and they are going to the classroom, they found out that one of the boys' pencil was missing. So he searched everywhere and he couldn't find the pencil. Maybe I lost it somewhere. Next day, another boy's pen is missing. Next day, another boy's eraser is missing. Next day, sharpener is gone. The next day, the whole box is gone. So they are worried. Every day, one thing is going missing. And only these boys are there in that hall. No outsider comes. So they understood that one amongst us, someone is stealing. So that day they all gathered and they said that one boy knows you always keep separate. Maybe he is the guy. What we will do today, we'll act like we are fast asleep, but we will not sleep. And then we'll see what this guy is up to in the middle of the night. And they were all nicely, they were acting snoring. That noise happening again. And as they anticipated, this boy got in the middle of the night and he slowly went and he started opening the boxes, bags of the stores. And they caught him red-handed. And they immediately took him to the Guru. And he said, this person is a thief. You punish him. And then the Guru looked at this boy and said, don't steal, okay? It's not good. Should not steal, okay? So, the boys are all surprised. They came with a cane and all. If he has to do one. First day he also asked, no? But Guru is so mild with this guy. Don't steal that. Okay, like that. So they are a little angry. No, whole night they did not sleep and they caught him and the Guru is not taking it serious. Then after a couple of weeks, again a pencil went missing. Again they caught him, took him to the Guru. The Guru said, don't steal, okay? It's very bad. Like that, 2-3 times it happened. So finally, all these fellows, they congregated. There was a meeting and they said, we have to take strict action against this boy. So tomorrow we will go and tell our Guru that we don't want to study in this school if this boy is here. Guru should expel this boy. Then only we will be here. If Guru is not ready to do that, If he is still so partial with this God, then let him stay in this school. We will not take TC and go. We'll find some other school. They decide. Next day they went and met the Guru and said, Gurudev, this is our requirement. They have to expel him. Otherwise, we will. Then Guru said, when do you want your thesis? And they were so very angry. Today only you want. And then they all left. And then they went and told the parents what happened. And the parents are also surprised. The parents are thinking, see, the Guru must have expelled this boy. Instead, he expelled all these nice children. Is this wrong? So we should ask why the Guru did like that. And then they all went to the Guru and asked, why did he do that? It should be the other way around. No? You know what the Guru said? Whatever the Guru did, was it correct or not? Actually, he should have expelled this boy. In fact, he protected the bad boy and he expelled all the good boys. Was it correct? Correct or not? Whatever Guru did was correct. You know what the Guru said? See, all your children, they know what is good, what is bad. But this boy, he doesn't know what is dharma, what is adharma. He needs my association and guidance more than these boys. They will anyway survive. But I have to give guide him. That's why it's important that he stays. These boys anyway will understand. So this is the mindset. This is the mindset of a Vaishnava. When a fellow Vaishnava or Vaishnavi is in some difficulty, he should be more sympathetic. This is the time they need your association more. When they are happy in Krishna consciousness, nicely doing seva, chanting their rounds, they don't require you much. It's just like when a child falls sick, the mother will give more attention or less attention? More attention. That is the time the child needs more attention. But unfortunately, I have seen in many places, that is the time the Vaishnavas are Krishna. They are considered as outcasts. You did this, no, that's it. You will not be forgiven. You know, they behave in a totally inimical way. We should not do that. So, we should not commit offense based on accidental or we should be more sympathetic. And now, why Krishna is so lenient towards Vaishnavas? He is saying, even if he falls down, we forgive him. Even if he commits offenses, I will take care of him. It's like he's very lenient with you. Why? Because he loves you. Govinda means what? Namo Mahavadanyaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Jagat Hitaya Krishnaya Govindaya. He very much likes Brahmanas and cows. Brahmanas means Vaishnavas who follow the scriptures, who are leading a pure life. He likes them. So Vaishnavas are very dear to Krishna. Not only because they are Vaishnavas, they are also his own children. Isn't it? Maybe we can hate others, we can expel them, but can Krishna do that? Krishna cannot do that because they are his children. Suppose someone is sent to the jail, the whole family will reject him. When he comes back after serving a few years in the jail, the family members will reject. Nobody will give him a girl for marriage. Everybody will reject. But who cannot reject? The father cannot reject. She will say, after all, he's my son. What can I do? I am there for him. So this is the mindset of Krishna. That's why he's saying, even if he commits the most abominable act, I have to forgive him. Because after all, he is my child. So the same mindset, we Vaishnavas also must learn. So these are all the different situations where there is a potential chance to commit offenses. So physical appearance, then No, physical appearance based on physical appearance. Based on raw fat. Based on passions. Based on accidental. Now, when someone is committing an offense against us, we are supposed to tolerate. We are supposed to forgive. When some offense is committed against us, but in front of us, when someone is committing an offense against a Vaishnava, we should not tolerate. See, there is a subtle difference here. When the offense is committed against us, we tolerate and forgive. That's why they say the difference between human beings and God. Humans get and forget. Forget. Human beings will get all the blessings, take everything, all the favors, and they will forget everything. Oh, you only help me. They easily forget all the favors and helps they got. But who is God? Gives and forgives. He will constantly give everything. And he will forgive what? All the offenses. Many births, these said that there is no God. He must have said, definitely. That's why we are here in Bangalore now. So many offenses we must have committed against God. But he always forgives. And he also gives. What he gives, again and again, is giving a human birth. Isn't it? So, when a Vaishnava is ill-treated, mistreated in front of us, we should not tolerate. So, in such situations, what we should do? There are three options. The first option is you should immediately intervene and stop it. You should not allow that blasphemy against a Vaishnava in front of you. That is the first option. But that may not be possible all the time. If that is not possible, what you should do? Huh?
Leave the place.
Leave the place. I cannot do anything about it, so I leave the place. I don't want to witness this blasphemy. With that also you are not able to do. Then the scripture gives you a third option. You know what is the third? Huh? Cut the tongue. Cut the tongue. Whose tongue? That may not be possible. If the owner of the tongue is a 6 feet tall, Humpty fellow, then he will do something else to you. If that is also not possible, the Shastra is saying, leave your life. Wow. So why such drastic option is given? Leave your life means? Leave your body. Because I am so helpless. I am not able to prevent it. I am also not able to leave. So I don't want to tolerate this and leave my life. So why such a drastic option is given? To show that Vaishnava Aparadha is very grave. No, you should not tolerate. So don't go to the third option because in Vaishnava Aparadha class someone told you. But that is to show that it is very grave. You should not tolerate Vaishnava. Okay. So, a lot of things can be again talked about Vaishnava. These are the basic things. So now we'll coming back to Aparadha committed against us. We are supposed to tolerate and forgive. See, actually, if you go deep, even tolerance and forgiving is not good. That is on a higher level. Even that is also not recommended. For our level, we think it is great. I tolerated that Mataji, 1.5 hours and Bhakti Sadachar coach. When I was next to her, I was sitting, no great. Who will sit with that? So, at our level, it is something very great. I tolerated, I forgave that person. But at a higher level, even that is wrong. Tolerating and forgiving is also wrong. Why?
Because you may develop ego that I am tolerating make the person to do that mistake.
No, as Mataji said, we will have an ego that I tolerated. Because I am so divine, godly, I forgive that person. Next to God only. That's a very soon I'll make it. And really taking most that ego is very dangerous. So pure devotees, Uttama Adhikaris, they don't tolerate. They don't forgive. Why? They don't take offense. Only if there is an offense, there is a question of tolerance and forgiveness. No. They say, who committed what offense? No offense is committed. Who committed? No, he was kicking you. That is good. Such a rascal. What was wrong? Anyway, my wife is kicking. Every day I'm doing it. No. So that is their mindset. They think everyone is above me. And the most power. Mosama Patita Prabhu. You don't have to search out for the most power. Come, give me your mercy. So for such people, there is no. When there is no offense, there is no tolerance, no forgiveness. But that is a very high level. But at our level, what we should start with, we should start with the tolerance and the forgiveness. So now we are all talking about people committing offense to you. But now, what will happen when you commit offense against someone? No, I don't commit offense. When they commit, they only commit against me. You don't think of any mistake. Then 15 years I'm living. That is a problem. You remember crystal clear what all others did for you. What you did, nothing. Clean slate. Suppose you commit some offense against others, what you should do? You ask forgiveness. You ask forgiveness. And go to that Vaishnava or Vaishnavi and then seek forgiveness. You say, sorry Prabhu, sorry Mataji. I did this offense. I will not repeat this. Please forgive me. And then you should very closely watch the facial expression of the devotee. Why? Is he really forgiving or sleeping like this? If he's sleeping like this, he's not forgiving. Then you should take your Brahmastra. What is the Brahmastra? You immediately fall at his feet. Then most of the time they fall. After falling at the feet also, you simply look up. Some Vaishnavas, even then the facial expression may not change. Then the last result is what? Catch hold of their feet. Don't pull too hard against that. Catch hold, don't pull. Catch hold of it and say, Prabhu, I will not move it unless and until you forgive me. But then, can you do it? Will your ego allow to do that? I am a senior devotee. I have Bhakti Shastri degree. Yesterday only I attended Bhakti Sadachar. He did not attend your course. How can I call it issue? Ego will not do that. But you should practice it. That is why, and even if you don't commit offense, in the future when you commit offense, you now only follow this. This bowing down is very important. Bow down. Don't hesitate. Don't use it. And through that only your ego will produce. So, this is how we should behave when we come to offense against other Vaishnavas. And again, this question of giving forgiveness, it's a very difficult topic. It's a very vast topic. So how can we come to the mindset of forgiving another person's mistakes? You have to prepare your mind. That is very important. So one effective way of preparing your mind is remembering a shloka from Bhagavad Gita. What is that shloka? Prakrite priyamanani gunai karmani sarvashah ahankara vimodhatma tattva. What does that mean? Everything is done by the three forces of nature. So the offense that he did to me, that is not done by that person. It is by the influence of the force. So why should they hate that person? That is why Jesus Christ said what? Yeah. Hate the sin. Don't hate the sinner. You can hate the sin, that is good. But don't hate the sinner. So similarly, you hate the triguna. You be angry with the trigunas. But don't be angry with the person. So this shloka is very effective. Whenever you think he did something against me, he did not do it. It's under the influence of the three minds. Is that correct or not? Yes. Correctly. In Tamil, there is a song. எந்த குழந்தையும் நல்ல குழந்தைதான் மண்ணில் பிறக்கையிலே அவர் நல்லவராவது தீயவராவது அன்னை வளர்த்தீரே அன்னை வளர்த்தீரே. That's all. Yes. You the song. எந்த குழந்தை நல்ல குழந்தைதான் மண்ணில் பிறக்கின்றது. Every child, when it takes birth on this earth, it's a good child only. அவர் நல்லவராவது தீயவராவது. Whether they become good persons or bad person, it is dependent on அன்னை வளர்ப்பினிலே. Mother's suffering. So anyway, the point is, basically, we are all good. Everyone is good only. Isn't it why? Because we are all part and parcels of Krishna. We cannot be bad. Inherently, we are all good. But we become bad due to so many other things, like trigunas, the way we are brought up, the parenting, our friendship, so many things. So keep that in mind. They are not doing it intentionally. It's because of some external influence. So this is one thing that we can remember when we find it very difficult to forgive someone's mistake. Then in Ramayana, Anjaneya Swami is meeting Sita Maya after Ravana is killed. So Anjaneya Swami gives her the good news that Ravana is no more. Lord Rama is very soon coming to take you back to Ayodhya. So then Sita Devi is very happy. She's saying, "Oh Anjaneya, you have brought me the best of the news, the most auspicious news you have brought me. What can I give you? Ask me any boon. Whatever you want, I will give." Who is ready to give this boon? Swayam Mahalakshmi. Isn't it? Whatever Anjaneya asks, she can give. It's Mahalakshmi. Anjaneya said, "No, my okay. I'm happy." No. You have something. I'm very happy. You should have something. And Anjaneya said, "Then give me one boon." You know what boon Anjaneya Swami has?
Engaging, always engaging.
He's already engaged in Dharma service. All these guns it is not required for him. He's always in Dharma service.
They have stayed in his heart.
He has to.
Ram, Sita Ram has to stay in his heart.
That is already there. It's all already there. That is the difficulty with Anjaneya Swami. Whatever you think of giving him, he already has.
Forgive me in case it's like me, honestly.
He doesn't do any mistakes. All these things are good for us. You know what he asked? He said, I want to kill a few people. Give me permission. See, whom you want to kill? Such a pure devotee. Anjana is saying, I want to kill. You should give me permission. Whom he wants to kill?
You want to kill egos or any other problem.
He wants to kill all the ladies around Sita. Why? Because all these 10 months, these Rakshasas were torturing Sita Maya like that. Anjana saw that. When he came to Ashoka Vadigas, they were torturing Sita. They said, Maya, please give me permission. We want to kill them. And Sita Maya said, hey, Anjana, you are a pure devotee, Vaisnava. Why do you ask all this one? No. I want to kill him. He's very serious about it. So then Sita Maya said, oh, wait a minute. And she asked him to sit. And then she said, you see, in this world, everyone has committed some mistakes. Who is flawless in this world? Can you give me an example of one person who has not committed any offense, any mistakes? Everyone has committed mistakes. If you start punishing people for their mistakes, then no one will remain on this path. That is why in Christianity they say, നിങ്ങളിൽ പാപം ചെയ്യാത്തവർ കല്ലെറിഞ്ഞവൻ. That is, when Magdalena Mariam came, she's a prostitute. So everyone started pelting stones at her. So then Jesus said, wait. You can throw stones at her, no problem. But only that person who has never committed any sin, he can throw. Everybody knows. So that means what? Yes. How many of you in this crowd can say, pure coming straight from Goa? Anybody can say? No. So, Sita Maya told us, Anjana, everyone has some flaws. So you cannot start killing all these people for their mistake. You may be a pure soul, but all these people have committed mistakes, sins. You cannot start killing people like this. Then Anjana Swami became very sad. Suddenly he became very sad. Why? During that time he was nicely smiling, happy. But as soon as Sita Maya said, everyone has committed mistakes in this world, he became sad.
He is also in the list.
He
He's also in the list, bro.
himself thought that came into my old age that way.
That is the point. He became sad because Sita Maya has included Lord Rama also in this. Everyone in this world, Rama is also in this world now. No. So he's thinking, so my Rama, my Maryada Purushottama Rama. So you are saying, you mean to say, my Lord, he also committed mistake. And I cannot exist. Maybe you are his wife, you can scold him, but he became so sad, he asked this question to Sita. How can you say my Rama did mistake? And Sita said, you also did mistake. What mistake my Lord said? He became angry a little bit. Then she said, your Rama should not have left me alone in the forest going behind that funny deer. Why did he leave me alone? Chasing the deer because of the all these problems. Who is telling you? Who asked Rama to go and say, she wouldn't go. Now you say, you should not have gone. I will say so many things. Why he ended? Because of that all this problem came. No. We should have solved it. Because I asked for the deer, all this problem came. He should not say. Because Rama went behind the deer, all these problems. And now Hanuman is a little angry. Then he said, yeah, what mistake you did? You are also in the list. You are also leaving this world. Then the Sita Maya said, I also did. No, what mistake? No, what mistake? Sita said. No, she did some mistakes. She did not listen to Lakshmana's words. But there she said, she said, see, you are asking what mistakes I did. Forget about the mistakes I did. Think about the mistake I am doing now. With this past tense, I am talking about present tense. There is always confused. So what mistake you are doing now? What mistake she is doing now? I am speaking ill about my husband. Whatever it may be, as a chaste wife, I should not criticize my husband. Are you noting, Mataji? What are you doing? What must So that is a mistake. Right now, I'm forget about my past mistakes. Even now, I'm nicely criticizing my husband. No, that is a mistake. Now, Hanuman is little relieved. Okay. But then again, he's little sad. Why is sad now? Why is he again sad? When he thought, Maya, so you mean to say that I have also committed mistakes? Of course, you are also in the list. Huh? What mistake I did? What mistake? He's nicely hearing about the criticism and mistakes of others. It's also a mistake. So you should not tolerate criticism of other Vaishnavas. That is also that is why scripture says you should leave the process. So, why I told you this story episode from Ramayana? The whole connection is wrong. What is the context?
Criticism.
Why I raise this one? How can we how can we make our money forgive us? So the first point is what? The mistakes are not done by the person, but by the criminals. So I don't have to hate them. Second point is everyone has committed mistakes. There is no one who has never committed a mistake. So it is natural for people to commit mistakes. That is why in English there is a saying. What is it saying? To forgive is difficult. But to err is human. Everybody will commit mistakes. Now, the next point to make up our mind to forgive is, if you don't forgive others, how can you seek forgiveness for yourself? Isn't it? Every day, we submit a prayer at the lotus feet of the Lord. Oh Krishna, please forgive me my offenses, which are committed knowingly or unknowingly. You must have committed so many mistakes. Please forgive me. So if you yourself are not ready to forgive another person, are you qualified to seek forgiveness from Krishna? No. You should have that quality. No? So you cannot seek forgiveness unless and until you are ready to forgive. And it is also mentioned Till what time you can go? It's 2 o'clock.
2:30.
2:30. Okay. The fast. Okay.
1:45.
So somehow, whatever logic you use, somehow make sure that you don't harbor hatred against any person. It is natural that we commit mistake. And also understand that we are one family. Within family, fights, mistakes, scolding, shoutings, everything will be there. So ultimately, we are all one family. So have that feeling when you interact with the Christians. Now, suppose you are a senior person, you are a leader, and you have some people who are dependent on you for their spiritual progress. And you find that they are committing mistakes. If that is the case, you are supposed to offer correction, isn't it? As a leader, as a senior person, as a guardian, mentor, whatever you call it, you are supposed to offer correction. So, how will you offer that correction? What should be your mentality? The first important mentality is you should be non-envious to that person. Don't offer correction out of envy. If you are envious toward that person, you are not qualified to offer correction. Envious person's correction is not with a good intent. He's just venting out his envy on that person. That will not work. So the first quality that you should possess is you must be non-envious. And only you are qualified to offer correction. And the second quality is you must sincerely desire for the spiritual welfare of that person. Out of that sincere desire, you are offering that correction. That should be your mindset. And the third one is you should be in a spiritual or managerial position to make that correction. The person whom you are correcting, that person should look up to you as a spiritual guide. Then you can offer correction to that person. If that person doesn't look up to you as his or her spiritual guide, don't offer correction. Even though they commit mistake, because that is not your business. Their authority will take care. And also, if you are in a managerial position, then also you have the right to offer correction because they are working under you. Otherwise, don't go and offer corrections, even if they commit mistakes. Or, in case you are not a spiritual guide for them, in case you don't hold a managerial position to correct them, even then, if you have to give correction, then the condition is that person who committed the mistake should personally come to you and seek your guidance. You are not a spiritual guide, you are not in a managerial position, but even then, that person, he says, Prabhu, I have a personal sync with you. Please, can you correct me in this situation? Then he can go ahead. So these are the three conditions, mainly. What are the three conditions? You should be a spiritual guide, or you should be in a managerial position, or that person should personally come and seek your guidance. Otherwise, no. And most important, don't do Urk Upadesha. In Tamil, there is a saying, Urk Upadesha. What does that mean? Uchita Salaha means free advice for all the people around you, all the citizens of India, my brothers and sisters. Please listen to whatever you say or give guidance, you should practice. Every day you should chant, okay, but I may not chant something. But you chant, the chanting is good. You are not fit to say that. Ekadashi is very important to follow. Do you follow me? Have to go to office, cholesterol should. Then don't tell anybody to take off. You should first follow. Then it is. Otherwise, you are not fit to give guidance. Okay. So keep these things in mind when you give corrections. And how you give correction? The best way to give correction is through personal exam. You don't even have to speak. Suppose there is a program, prasadam was distributed, and the devotees are supposed to clean the place. Nobody cleaned it. What you do? You clean. You start cleaning. Then they will. You don't have to tell one word. Then they will do it. So that is the best way of learning. Personal example. And sometimes it will not work all the time. So
Anyway, they are doing.
anyway, they are there. He's getting an opportunity to say, why you should try that. So sometimes it will not work. In case it doesn't work, then you give the verbal correction. And in case even after personal example, even after verbal guidance, the person is not getting corrected, then what you will do? Send him out of the association. No, you are not fit to go. What you will do?
Seek for senior.
Guide him towards a senior. You tell the senior people, please do something for us first. I'm not able to correct it. You please take it. So, under no circumstance, he is not sent out. Don't send him out. Don't ostracize him. He has to be there. He is our family member. He is still chanting. He is following regulative principles. He wants to become a devotee. He is very precious for us. It's only a matter of time and that. You have to be patient. Okay. So if you are not able to do the correction, you guide him towards a higher spiritual path. At any cost, we are not ready to lose him or. Now, one thing that you have to keep in mind is, as far as possible, don't correct your seniors. There is something called a senior. So, even if they do some mistakes, you don't want that. You connect them, or you don't even have to connect. You can inform his senior authority that this is what is being done. And most importantly, don't use harsh words to correct the process. It is very, very important. Many yatras, people leave the association because of harsh words. You have to be very soft, you have to be patient. That is why when we give feedback, like when I teach Bhakti Ved of course, there is something called an oral presentation. After the oral presentation, I'm supposed to give them a feedback. So the rule is, you give a sandwich feedback. You know what is a sandwich feedback?
Yes. First you have to glorify.
First you glorify,
Appreciate, then you can.
then you correct, then again in the end you glorify. So the correction is in the middle. Diluted. Outside, both sides, there is appreciation.
So they come with the mindset that, oh, we have been appreciated for that.
So that sandwich method you should always follow when you correct your frequent. So don't use harsh words and destroy the devotee only instead of destroying his mistakes. Our aim is to destroy the mistake, not destroy his devotional attitude. Many people, they leave ISKCON because of that. Because people don't know how to properly correct. The people who corrected had good intention only. They did not know how to follow the proper process. So the words are very important. The kind of words that we use have to be very calculated. So anyway, this is a very sensitive topic. A lot has to be spoken about this. There are a lot of case studies also regarding these corrections in there. Maybe in another session we'll look into it. So you said we have got 10 more minutes.
2:30 minutes.
2:30. Okay.
At the end, they may also have correction.
So now we have to talk about materialistic association with whom we are associated. So association is very important. Because in Tamil there is a saying, உன் நண்பன் யாரென்று சொல் நீ யாரென்று நான் சொல்கிறேன். You understand the meaning? உன் நண்பன் யாரென்று சொல் நீ யாரென்று நான் சொல்கிறேன். That means what? You don't tell me who you are. You just tell me who are your friends. I will tell you who. So what does that mean? You will take the nature of your. If they are good, you will be good. If they are bad, you will be bad. So association is very, very important. And we should keep away from bad association. So how do we get into bad association? Srila Prabhupada says, we get into bad association because we are envious of Krishna. A very different answer Prabhupada. We always get into bad association because we are envious of Krishna. Why Prabhupada says like that? What is the logic?
The envious because we want to be enjoyer. So, and also we want Krishna, and we want to know all of this.
See, many people don't come for association. Why, you know? Because they say, in your association, you always glorify Krishna.
They are not.
You always glorify him. Many people don't like this.
You never glorified me.
No, you never glorify me. Always you say Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. So who am I? I also need some acceptance, glorification. You know, you guys are worthless. I don't like your association. But if I go to my friends, I will glorify him. He will glorify him. Both of us will glorify that person. And going back home, we will criticize everyone. So, since they are envious of Krishna, they don't come into good association. But you have only two options. Either you go to good association or you go to. So if you are envious, you are not able to good association, naturally you have to go to bad association. And in bad association, what will happen to you? You will lose control over your senses. That is the first thing that happens in bad association. You will lose your sense control. Then what will happen after that? Once you lose your sense control, like some devotees are now losing control over their sleep, their eyes. Without their permission, the eyes are closed. You lost control over our eyelids. But we are talking about losing control over our senses. So when we lose control over our senses, what will happen to us? We will break the. When we break four regulative principles, what will happen? We will do all sinful activity. And slowly we will sink. It is like quicksand. You know what is quicksand? You don't have to do anything. You just simply stay. It will only do the job. Slowly it will produce. So, bad association, we should be very alert about that association. And the Prabhupada is saying, there are three kinds of non-devotees with whom we should keep away. The first category, they are the Mayavadis. Mayavadis. Prabhupada is very heavy on Mayavadis. Impersonalist. So, what do the Mayavadis say? They say that God doesn't have any form. God doesn't have any individuality. He doesn't have any personality. The form that you see in the temples, in the statues, it is an imaginary form. It is a temporary form. Even when God descends as avatar, he takes a temporary form. Originally, he doesn't have any form. And not only that, Brahma Satyam, Jagan Nitya. That's what they say. Only Brahman is true. Whatever we see in the outside world, it is Mithya, illusion. It is not true. And they also say, we are also Brahman. Aham Brahmasmi. I am also Narayan. I am small Narayana, he is big Narayana. Ultimately, we are all Narayana. One day you also become big Narayana. These are all they say. Narayana. And for that, they give a wonderful example. They say, see, the air is so powerful. It is all around you in this world. And that same air is inside a mud pot also. The same air. But then it is separated by a mud wall. The moment you break that mud wall, the small air will become a big air. Small Narayana will become Junior Narayana will become senior Narayana. So you just have to break the wall. Say, that wall is nothing but Maya. Even that Maya you don't have to break because ultimately it is Mithya. Difference is Mithya. You are Narayana, I am Narayana. You are all Narayanas. Ours is a group of Narayanas. All these things. If Prabhupada is saying, it's all nonsense. Don't listen to them. They may be very learned, but you keep away from such people. Prabhupada once even said, Mayavadis is the last trap of Maya. Maya will come with so many traps. If you don't fall into any of those traps, they will bring you a Mayavad. Aham Brahmasmi. Last trap of Maya. So you have to be very careful with the bodies. The second,
So say that Krishna is also under control.
yeah, they say all everything. So the second category is they are known as Dharma Dhwajis. Dharma Dhwaji. Dharma Dhwaji means pretenders. They pretend that they are great devotees. They will dress like Vaishnavas. For pakka dressing. Perfect tilak. Kandimala. The way they walk. The way they talk. You will feel like paying pranams to them. But internally they have a lot of materialistics. So such people are known as Dharmadvajis. Especially in India, to become a doctor, to become an engineer and all is very difficult. But to become a Swamiji is very easy. One saffron kurta, one old broken Rudraksha mala. And if you can grow some long hair, perfect. You are considered as a Swamiji. You don't have to go to school, you don't have to study. You can easily become Swamiji. And this Swamiji will control all the doctors and the GPs. All the politicians. They are very powerful. So better why study waste your time, become a Swamiji. So there are so many pretenders like that. You can see many of them if you go to Kumbh Mela. I'm not saying that everyone is pretending. There are so many people who pretend like they are great Babajis. But finally they'll ask you, he is encouraged. So Prabhupada is saying, be very careful with the pretenders, and especially in the modern context, you have to be very careful with the, what do we call them? In IDC we study. Ritviks look exactly like Vaishnavas, isn't it? But the whole philosophy is wrong. So there are many different types of pretenders. Okay. Anyway, generally you have to keep away from. The third category is Nirishwaravadis. Nirishwaravadis means atheists who say that there is no God. There is no God.
Can you repeat that?
Nirishwaravadi.
Ishwara.
Ishwaravadi is east. This is Nirishwaravadi, opposite of Ishwaravadi. So if you ask them, you say there is no God, then how this whole world came into existence? Then they will say,
Thank you.
one fine morning there was a huge explosion. From the explosion, unicellular organisms were created. From unicellular organisms, multicellular organisms came. Within multicellular organisms, there was nucleus. From nucleus, ribosome came. From ribosome, mitochondria came. Big bangs. They use all these complicated words, we accept. So this is Nirishwaravadis. And we say everything happens by chance. There's no control. Everything happens by chance. So this is Nirishwaravadas. And this Nirishwaravadi is also mentioned by Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. They are categorized one among the four Dushkritis. You remember? Mayaya Padarthajnana. They are technically known as Mayaya Padarthajnana or Amasuram Bhavam Ashrita. Maya Padarthajnana, it will suit more for the scientists. But Nirishwaravadi is Asuram Bhavam Ashritaha. They say there is no God. And the modern version of Nirishwaravada means there was a German philosopher. His name was Friedrich Nietzsche. You heard about it? Friedrich Nietzsche. Psychology students study about these things. It's just like Freud, Sigmund Freud. So what he did, he said was, God was there, but unfortunately he's dead. Recently only he died of corona. That's what this. God was there. We are not against God only. But now he's already as a poor man. It is another version of Nirishwaravada. So they very intelligently don't reject God. They simply say, now God is God. That's it. That philosophy is also accepted. In Germany, he was very famous. Nietzsche, other Nietzsche. So there are different types of Nirishwaravada. And sometimes they come in the garb of humanitarian principles, they say. If you want someone asked me, see in your temples of Janmashtami, you fellows you waste a lot of milk. You doing how much to do the Palabhishekam, no? The waste of milk, all nice milk, full of proteins, vitamins, minerals. And I said, what we should do? We should distribute all this milk to poor children in this food. Why are you pouring it on the stones and metal bodies? Yes, this. So what answer do you give? For Charnamrita, you pour water, no?
We should
That
say
is also
that
Charna. Why you are pouring milk?
it is not a stone, it is the deity.
Okay, fine. But why you should waste milk? You pour water. Huh? Ah. But they are saying distribute to the poor children in the street. You don't drink. You buy 10 liters of milk instead of doing Abhishekam on Janmashtami. You distribute to the poor kids. Ah. Oh, that's nice. Or understand. So if they ask such questions, how will you answer? Isn't it a waste of resources? Pouring honey, this, that. Why do you do this?
We can ask, we can tell them that for birthdays, some other parties, they are enjoying so much that mostly. People who are very rich, for them, only they distribute it, they are not distributed to the poor people.
Yeah.
And also for so many functions and other things that wasting. So say, safety, you can use it for.
Yeah, so that's what they are saying. They are doing that mistake, no? At least you don't do that mistake. You are devotees. You use it for poor people. So you will face such questions. So you should know how to answer.
Sometimes, when you engage with these people more, the more you engage them, they are actually committing more
offenses.
You are enabling them to do it.
Yeah, but there are two categories of people. Some people are really ignorant, but some people act as if they are ignorant. You should avoid them. But some genuinely ignorant people are there. They are misguided. If you give them proper explanation, they will change. So, how we should explain this is, see, say suppose we are using 10 liters of milk for Abhishekam. And again, we are not wasting it. We are distributing it as Charnamrita. It is not wasted. Suppose you distribute 10 liters of milk to children. How many children can you feed? 10 liters milk liter. How many children you can give? 20, 30 children. One time. What will happen to the next time? Are there only 30 children in this world who need milk? What about the next 10? They'll again become hungry. What you will do? So whatever you are saying, it's not a good solution. With the 10 liter of milk, you cannot, stop all this poverty and hunger and all. So instead, what we do, we try to satisfy the hunger of one person so that the hunger of the entire world is mitigated. Yasmin pishte jagat pishte. We cannot feed millions of children who are going hungry in this world, but we can feed one child, my Krishna child, my baby Krishna, I can feed. When he is satisfied, automatically the entire world is. That is the logic. It is a higher principle. But for that to understand, you have to understand that Krishna is God. By satisfying him, you can satisfy the entire world. It's just like if you want to cause ripples in a huge body of water, you don't have to do so many beatings. You just put one small stone in the center. The ripple spreads. Like that, the center is Krishna. If you serve him, if you satisfy him, automatically everyone will be satisfied. That is why it is said, Madam Mummai பெய்யும் நீதி தவறாத அரசனுக்கோர் மழை கற்பு தவறாத மங்கையர்க்கோர் மழை வேதமோதும் வேதியர்க்கோர் மழை இப்படி மாதம் மும்மழை பெய்திடுமே. There is a saying. 3 times rain will come. First rain is for நீதி தவறாத அரசனுக்கோர் மழை. That means God sends rain for the sake of one king who is a Dharmishta. For him, there will be rain in that whole area. Karpu tavarada mangayirukku mari. God will send rain for one single chaste lady in the entire area. He will send rain. Then Vedamodam Vediyarukku mari. Devotees who chant mantras, namas, for them also Krishna will send rain. But one lady is chaste, but the benefit is reaped by the entire community. One king is Dharmishta, but the benefit is reaped by the entire community. So similarly, when a few devotees group together and do some dharma karyam, do some seva, then the benefit is distributed not only to the devotees, but to the entire community. So we cannot say that we are not doing any humanitarian work. When you do Abhishekam, when you serve the deity, you are actually serving the entire society. You are doing it for them. Actually, they are all supposed to do this. For them, we are. So they cannot criticize us like that. So anyway, there is a lot more to talk in Vaishnava. So we just highlighted a few important points. Anyway, it's very good that we all came. It's a very good attendance. Thank you for coming. But one final word that we should remember is we learned so many rules, regulations, and etiquettes. But understand that all these rules, regulations are all for us, not for the other Vaishnava. After sitting in the Vaishnava etiquette course, don't sit and watch what that Master is doing, what that Prabhu is doing. We followed that rule number 2. She broke all the 3. This is not the intention of this course. The intention of this course is to judge yourself and correct yourself. Don't use this course to correct or judge others. Okay. And I'm also thankful to the people who have for organizing this. In fact, this is the first certificate course in Bangalore. Because all this while we were doing so many sessions, but they were not organized professional certificate course. This is the first time we are doing it. So thank you so much, Mataji, for organizing it. And Prabhu has got a lot of wonderful plans for future training of you devotees. So Prabhu is planning to come out with a schedule of future training program so that you can nicely learn all this. Jnana is very important. Bhakti Devi has got 2 children. Who are they? Jnana and Vairagya. So the more knowledge you have, in spiritual sense, the more bhakti. So we look forward to having your association in the future sessions also. Thank you so much. Jai Shri Prabhupada ki, Shri Guru Maharaj ki, Thakur Siddhanath ki. Do you have any questions?
About that dharma business, how do you think you can write people? Because they are also, as you said, they are all nicely dressed up, like a Vaisnava. So how do we understand the internally of the
See, there is a saying that every person is a pandit, a scholar, unless and until he opens his mouth. So we will know who is who when they start talking. They cannot pretend their thoughts. The thoughts come out as words. They can pretend their dressing, isn't it? But very soon, whatever is inside their heart, it will come out of their mouth. So when they speak, we'll understand that they are pretenders. But it will take some time. So that is why we are supposed to be in our association. We are safe. For example, this association is safe. You don't have any pretenders. You are all sincere people trying to come up in doors. So that's why Srila Prabhupada said, you stick on to one association. Nicely grow. Some people, they jump from one place to another one place. That is not recommended. Even when some small problems happen, they jump. That is not correct. So be in a safe place. This place is safe. It's like it is actually not very easy to identify some patterns. Some people will learn this.
In that same context, dharma bhaji is also we can find it in the parampara.
Not in bona fide parampara. Dharma bhaji means pretenders. They are actually not devotees. They are pseudo devotees. Externally, they look like it. So if you are a genuine person in the parampara, you cannot be a dharma bhaji.
Prabhu, you say that Ritvikvadis comes under this dharma bhaji.
Yeah.
Ritvikvadis.
Because what is the philosophy of Ritvic people? They don't believe in the existing Guru. They say that our Param Guru is the only Guru. And we can take initiation from the Param Guru. But it is all not in the scriptures.
If we take our case from Islam case,
They are following
Prabhupada, 100% they are.
Yeah, but then the most important link is your spiritual master. That they are sacrificing. And they are going against the scriptures. See, how do we say a particular person is following Prabhupada? Not because daily he is doing Prabhupada puja. Not because he is daily distributing Prabhupada's books. He is a follower of Prabhupada when he follows the instructions of Srila Prabhupada. What did Srila Prabhupada instruct? You should take initiation from a living Guru. That they are not following. Then how can we say that they are Prabhupada followers? So they are very conveniently taking certain instructions from Prabhupada. Certain instructions they are rejecting.
Whatever they want.
That is not sincere follow. It is like that Artha Kukudan. I want only the egg laying part. The other part, it is not follow.
Regarding the Dandavat Pranam, usually it's prescribed to go in front of the Dvajastambha or near the room. Why is it usually near the Dvajastambha? And some people I have seen inside the temple they do, and whoever the priest is, he is told that you are not there, go there. Why is it only near the
Yeah. See, whenever you go to all these Vaishnava temples, as I said in Tamil Nadu, especially to this Tirupatis, Vividashams, the devotees go right in front of the deity and devotees. And most of the times it's full. They will say, in one Rajasthan, Rajasthan means a flat. The logic is, they are saying Garudadev is there. So Garudadev is the foremost devotee of the Lord. So you should not come in between Garudadev and the Lord. You should not come in between a pure devotee and the Lord. You respect Garudadev. Let him be in front of the Lord. You go behind him. And then pay your devotion. That is their system, to respect that. But in ISKCON, we follow a different system. So the point is, Wherever you are, whichever is the parampara that is being followed there, you follow that. Don't go against that or blaspheme them. No, 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 in ISKCON, we don't do like that. No, no. Their system we accept, we respect that. But when we come to our place, we follow the system. What is it?
My team that we did that. The Savana forward of the Shaman can comes up forward of the belief. The depends in our culturally very good. During a marriage party, the lady gives the hair to somebody and they pull out the hair to make it taken in and things like that. Sure.
That was for makeup, you know, to you want hair design and all that. It is not an offensive when
Basically, they are harming.
they are not harmed. So we should not pull the hair of a chaste lady with the intention of harming it.
Karma. So this question is regarding 3 degrees apara. It's a mental apara. And somewhere, I don't know where, when I heard it, whether it is in Parampara or not, but it said in Kali Yuga how the spiritual progress is quite easy. God has made us.
It is not taken into consideration.
Mental is not taken. So how do we understand that?
In Kali Yuga, I got a concession that if you commit sins on a mental level, you are not punished. You are not punished, but you are becoming vulnerable to a verbal offense. That is a starting point of the next
That
phase.
leads to the
We are not doing it because we get sin. We are not doing it because we slowly graduate to level 2.
Because if you go to psychotherapy and kind of mental stress, disorder, recovery, protection day. So people say that if you're angry with that person, just close your eyes, imagine, feel that you're beating, do whatever. Karma will not.
You sound personally you see, some doctors say in the mind. Some doctors say you make a doll out of that person, take a photograph of that person, paste that photograph on the face of the doll, and punch him on the face. So very dangerous. Because one day you want to punch him on the face, you are practicing, because your fear, your intimidation, everything is going when you are punching the doll. Slowly you are getting used to that punching. Oh, it is okay like that. You feel some relief. You feel good. Even though it is a doll, you feel good. So then I feel more good if I punch my hand. One day you will do that. That is why it is very dangerous for children to play video games where they are shooting. Now, there are many video games where the children win only if they shoot. The more number of people you shoot down, you win. But gradually they will have a tendency to do it in the real life. It is proven in US school shootings. One student, he said, I wanted to practice whatever I practiced in the video game in real life. That is very short. So it is very dangerous. Mental assault. Yeah, it is sensitive. Yeah. Yeah.
Therapy, the way that they tell they do a lot.
Yeah.
Actually, never goes away from you. You have done, and like you said, if you get the person someplace, 9%, 7 you.
Because of your vasana, very dangerous.
But karma effect will not be there.
Karma effect will not be there. You will not incur any sin. But
It affects another.
Oh no, you are speaking about chastity that the woman makes for thousands and which went with the faith. So by that we get to know that woman belongs to so and so. But is there no Shikshana for a man that is married?
actually, in Vaishnava system, it is there. Like if you are a grahastha, the way you dress, by that you can identify. Ekavastra, sannyasi dresses in a different way. The color is different. But the same, since you're talking of dress, is it that the Vaishnavas should say only white or every color should allow the nothing like that. Especially if you are a grahastha, you can wear anything.
But in the temple, it's white everywhere.
Not really a rule like that. If you are a grahastha, you can choose any color that you want. That color is important only for brahmacharis and sannyasis. And in some places for vanaprasthis also they have a particular color. Sometimes I have seen they wear yellow also. But it is not a clear-cut rule. The clear-cut rule is only for brahmacharis and the sannyasis. No internet talking.
For this, I heard someone that you should not wear the red and black.
A dress on.
Red
Red and black. Yeah. Black is generally considered
Also red.
inauspicious. Red is like a very rajasic color. No, it even irritates animals like cows, bulls, and all. You know, in Spain they have something called a green. They show the red bullfight. So that instigates people.
Is there anywhere the classic difference that where Mataji should not be wearing
No.
colors? Right?
It's not like that. Like white, it is for people who knows their Islams. Otherwise, black is generally considered inauspicious.
Prabhuji, can you kindly help us regarding the mental ill-thinking of the others? How do we not develop that ill-thinking of others, criticizing others on a mental platform?
Yeah.
What will help us? How do we avoid?
That is why in the beginning only we said no, our real identity is Dasa, Dasana, Dasa. So we have to keep telling our mind that we are actually servants. The servant cannot think ill about the master. That is why we address each other as Prabhuji. Isn't it? Even though he may be a little younger than us also, many a times we address as Prabhuji. So that is a common practice. Because of the logic behind the common practice is, he is my Swami. I am dependent on him. Bhritya and Swami Bhava. That is the relationship. So your Bhritya is dependent on the Swami or Prabhu for his sustenance. So how can I criticize him? So this is a basic thing. So whenever we feel like criticizing someone, then we should think that he is my Prabhu and call him Prabhu. When I call him Prabhu and then when I criticize him, it is hypocrisy. Isn't it? So I should not do that. Again, as we discussed, if we are in a position wherein we have to find out the mistakes of others, like you are in a managerial position or you are a spiritual guide, then you have to find out the mistakes and correct them. But then you are non-envious. You are correcting them in a very soft way, in a spiritual way. You know, you use the right words, don't hurt them. You know, all those things. Then that is fine. But otherwise, out of envy, we are finding mistakes with others. That is not good. And sometimes, if you think that this devotee is not up to the mark, you can keep a distance. If you feel that he is not following certain principles, you can always keep a distance. But you don't have to hate him or criticize him. It doesn't help either him nor us. So like that mind has to be tuned. You know, that we have to do on a regular basis.
Thank you.
About you mentioned about Nirma bridges, right? So like pretenders. Sometimes I feel like I'm also like pretending, you know, some putting tilak, you know, wearing Vaisnava etiquette, going to temple. It's like we have so many undercut inside knots, you know, inside like full of letter into that. So outside will be showing like different. And you know, at the same time, we not accept the Krishna supremacy also. We go to temple, we worship Krishna, but at the same time, we think I am the enjoyer. This is like, if I do some service also, I want someone to glorify me. I want something, you know, I think I am like, in Jnana level, maybe taking Krishna to different personality. But when you come to arts and practice, so we don't consider maybe make a feel it. How we can now overcome this and try to become better.
Yeah. See, pretension is different. Vasanas are different. See, you said that I want to be the enjoyer. You are not pretending. You really want to be the enjoyer. Are you pretending? No. Deep inside our heart, we want to enjoy, separate from Krishna. It is not pretension, it is real. It is the truth. So, why that is coming? It is coming from our vasana. We have been following that philosophy for many, many janmas. That's why we are here. That's why we fell down from Golokata. So that is stemming out of your vasana. But retention means it is not from vasana. You act out. Every devotee has all these mentalities. You know, we want to be nice devotees, but internally we know that we are not so nice. We have a lot of improvements to make. But then this pretension is positive. You are pretending not to cheat others. You are pretending to elevate yourself in due course of time. That pretension is good. You know, like I've heard during the time of N.T. Ramarao. You know N.T. Ramarao. He was he used he used to play a very good role, that of Krishna. Everyone likes him donning the days of Krishna, right? They are saying, yeah, when you will say he's actually Krishna, he looks like Krishna, as if they have seen Krishna legs. But when he plays that role, he makes it a rule that he's a vegetarian. He doesn't do any sinful activities. He takes pratam. Just like people when they go to Shabrimala, 41 days they take pratam. He used to take pratam. Unless and until he completes the role, he will not do any nonsense. So that dress is helping me. He's actually acting. But he is acting, but even then that acting is helping him to become Sat. That's why in Ramayana, once one minister went and told Ravana, so why do you want to beg and fall at Sita Devi's feet? You know, instead I'll give you a wonderful idea. She will immediately accept you. He said, what will you? He said, you dress like Ram. You have this ability, no, Maya Vidya. You assume the form of Lord Rama and go in front of her. She will immediately embrace you. How is done? Why do you want to suffer? Ravana said it will not work. You know well. Ravana said, I tried, but it is not working out. Why? Will start?
He will start respecting people.
Ravana said, as soon as I put the dress of Brahma, I start thinking like Brahma. I immediately feel bad to go and approach Sita because she's somebody else's wife. So with this Rama dress, I cannot do any nonsense. So that pretension, that dress is helping him. If he continuously puts the dress, he will become an angel. So this is good. We are doing this with a good intention. We are not those dharmatajas. We don't want to cheat others. But
Sometimes we feel like what I am doing is correct only. Instead of consulting seniors, we will like that. Sometimes it will come through. Sometimes we will consult senior devotees. Sometimes we think whatever I'm doing nicely, devotion will go on. But at the same time, we are following. So, and at that time, like, what are the things we can observe? And
yeah, that is why we know life is a set of decisions. Life is nothing but a set of decisions. If you are a success in your life, you have taken some good decision. If you are a failure in your life, you have taken some good decisions. That's it. To put it in simple terms, that's it. So you should know what is an important decision and what is not so important decision. You don't have to consult Mataji. Mataji, tomorrow I'm going for a Mataji. I should marry. Should I wear a green saree or a blue saree? I'm totally confused, Mataji. Please go. That is not an important decision. Suppose you got a job outside of Bangalore, and when you did some investigation, you found out that there is no satsang in 50 kilometers circumference, but it's a well-paid job. So should I leave this job and go there, or should I stick on to this job because I have association? Then you go and consult Mataji. That is an important decision. So important decisions always consult. Don't depend on your mind and intellect. Then you are okay.
Just like you said, we are being called down from Goloka. So it is said once you go to Goloka, then you know.
Once you return to Gotham, the word is return.
Back.
Ah. Originally, you were in Goloka. Now we go to Goloka, we don't return
Once we go there,
because we know.
God will give only.
It's like catch. He already drank hot milk. Now he will not touch the hot milk. That is permanently infected. Yadgatvan and Vatande is return.
Guru Maharaj spells very nicely in your lectures.
Yeah.
I have a question. So you have told, that we tend to practice all the Sadachar when we are in front of others. But when no Vaishnavas are there, we don't follow it. We don't practice it. So we have to practice it every time. So, but when we are at office, the same Sadachar will not work there. So, by that time, are we like pretending to be Vaishnavas or how is it? When we are at office, we cannot follow. I mean, it is not practically possible because of the circumstance. So, like that time, do we become like pretenders because in front of the devotees we are Vaishnavas, but at that time it is not happening. Like we are not able to be in the same way. So,
See, when you are a Vaishnava, you define yourself as a Vaishnava because of your Vaishnava qualities. You are a Vaishnava because you have Vaishnava qualities. Vaishnava qualities can be followed in any place. For example, I will not cheat. That is a Vaishnava quality. Anywhere you can follow. Certain externals, like maybe you cannot put tilak. Maybe you cannot go in a sari. Those are externals. That doesn't have anything to do with your quality. So Vaishnava qualities can be practiced anywhere, anytime. Isn't it? Can you think of any restriction where I cannot practice this Vaishnava quality? No. So you are a Vaishnava everywhere, anytime, at home, office. But externals, you adapt.
We are trying to be good, so we are learning that, and we are trying to be very humility. So the same quality we are showing that in the office, also we are utilizing
Exploiting, exploiting. Yeah, that's what I said, no? The Vaishnava's heart is soft like a flower. It is also hard like a diamond. So the time-wise circumstance is also important. So you should know what quality to exhibit when. The quality of humility is there within you only. You are not reading that quality, but you are not exhibiting that there. Understand? Don't leave it. This will not work out. No more humility. No. Keep that, but don't use it there. Just like anger. Anger is a wonderful tool. You know when to use anger, when not to use it. Understand?
Is this internal transformation when you talk about relaxing, meditating, all these Sadachar that you spoke? The transformation that happens to you as a human being internally, that you don't need to be, and once the transformation takes place, you don't need to be conscious like that. It naturally reflects you as a substance.
Yes. Rightly put. That is why in the beginning you said, no? In the beginning, we follow it because it is a beauty. You remember we talked about 3 levels. First you follow because out of force. Somebody is forcing us, especially we tell children, But we said don't shout at elders. So they don't shout because it is out of force. Then they do it as a duty. Then they come to a level where it is spontaneous.
When we said first, it is about a habit.
Ah.
Cultivating. First, it is a filament. Then as you add fibers to it, it is a rope that binds you soft and act.
Yes.
Yes. It kind of, that's when the whole transformation happens. Then you're bound by it because you naturally reflect what
Yes. That becomes your fabric.
Yeah, that becomes.
It is not mocked.
Yeah, it is not mocked. So the what is what you initially push it on, but eventually it becomes something that binds you.
Yeah. That's our ultimate aim. But we start with all this. It's a duty because he's telling me to do that. We start like that. But finally, we should come to a state where it is okay.
Can we say take it till you make it?
Yeah, yeah, correct. Correct.
Okay. So it's now reciprocating time. And since yesterday continuously, probably has been guiding us and helping us in so many ways towards Sadachar. Session 1, Session 2, Session 3, without break. Maybe for us it is little hectic, sitting, moving here and there. The mind is going somewhere else and bringing back and attentive hearing. Maybe for something for us, as for probably the daily life. Probably gives a lot of sessions for various groups, various schools, various colleges, and professionals, corporate. It's a service workers. So thank you so much, Prabhuji, for your patience and for your kind guidance and point to point, situation to situation. You have very nicely explained and all our doubts have been clarified. So please pray for us that whatever you have given us, you should put into the practice. Yes, our Vaisnava prayers and blessings are most essential for the power of Krishna consciousness, right? And so from the core of our heart, we chant Gauranga 3 times. And before that, we have a photo session now. It may take, because temple wanted it, who are all attended. So in the photo only we can able to identify who are there in the audience. So I request all of you, after a few minutes, you will go to the terrace. There, Shri Gaurnita are there. They will sit next to them there. We have a photo session. Those who are sitting on the chairs, please carry your chairs there. There we can make 3 rows and we can take a group. Okay, anything that you need, any clarification?
So some assessment given to us.
Yeah, Prabhu has updated it. The assessment, Prabhu has kindly given us 1 week time.
Okay.
So you don't have to worry that immediately.
It's an online assessment.
Yeah, it is online. Prabhuji said that he would give that assessment. Maybe we can do it online from by MCQs. We will do online. Just like most of us have done Bhakti Shastra course, right? So there we get the MCQs on the way. In similar way, there are some rules when you do online assessment. The Prabhuji will update us. Accordingly, it will be done. Then after assessment, then finally Prabhu will see to all of assessment. Then he will decide. The temple will give that certificate for us. That is the Sadachar. Okay. You need any more clarifications?
No.
Well,
Still, basically,
we have done 3 sessions for this course.
that's the perfect.
Yeah.
Next
For another courses,
next week.
Prabhuji is open and Prabhuji is, willing to give a lot more courses. In his library, huge bundle of courses are available. And Prabhuji has already given to various groups, various schools, colleges, professionals. He has got packets for doctors and nurses and for teachers, for business people, whatnot. So, but you need to come forward if you are interested in, then Prabhuji can able to guide us. You can mentor us. And you can give a clear picture how we can give this Krishna consciousness to various types of people. So that is the package. So anything else you need?
So, like we were discussing a Prabhu also. We have now an academy coming up in the country. Right? So, under the auspices of the academy, we want to design courses. Like for the time being, we have 3 types of courses. One type of course is outreach courses. Outreach in the sense we attract new souls to Krishna consciousness. So we do some courses for them to attract new souls. And then those who already have come, they are practicing, but they have not come to the level of initiation. So pre-initiation level courses. So there are certain courses which are mandatory, like this Vaishnava Sadachar is a mandatory course. IDC is a mandatory course. And there is another mandatory course which many temples are not even aware of. Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya. So wonderful course which explains you the importance of Prabhupada as our eternal Siksha Guru, why he is considered as the founder Acharya. So that course. And there is another course called the Initiation Eligibility course. There we teach all the important things that a potential candidate aspiring for Hanuman Diksha must know. So that will help them to attend the written test, the oral interviews, all those things we train them. So that is there. And then post-initiation, that is a third type of course. After you take Harinam initiation, what all courses you should attend, especially like someone would like to preach, So there is a course for preachers training. And again in preaching, there is adult preaching, kids preaching, children preaching. So there are different categories of training, how you should approach a kid, how you should talk to them, like do's and don'ts. So there are courses like that. And of course, other standardized courses like Bhakti Shastra. And some people think Bhakti Shastra is a very big commitment. Can I do something in parts? Like I would like to study Bhagavad Gita alone, or I would like to study only Ishwar or only Vedeshandava. Then we can also have customized courses based on Srila Prabhupada's books. And especially before we go into Harinam Diksha, we are supposed to have read the Bhagavad Gita 2 times, Srimad Bhagavatam first canto 1 time, and some other important books. So even those books can be converted as a course, so that you systematically study. So there are a lot of opportunities to learn. And especially I'm very happy that the Prabhu and Mataji are very much open to join you and organize all these courses. So thank you so much.
Thank you. So we also thank the temple president, Grace Vagada Krishna Prabhu, for facilitating this wonderful opportunity. It's as Prabhu was mentioning, it is first of its kind congregational certificate course and happening here within the congregational premises. Outreach. And also we also thank that place Navadev Sajji Mataji for nicely making poster for this Sadachar. And moving forward, they will have so many other opportunities to enhance your Krishna consciousness courses here. So please we look for more opportunities. So we also thank his wife Madhavi Mataji and also Madhusudan accompanied us. He is a son of Venidar Prabhu, who is Venidar Prabhu is leading one yatra near Medhalli. So we sincerely thank Prabhuji before we get to the photo session. And we have around Prabhuji, we have a list here. There are 33 devotees there.
They attended all the 3 sessions.
All the 3 sessions. Then online outstation devotees are there around 6, right? Around 6.
And they also attended all the sessions.
Yeah.
Zoom was on.
They have been recorded. Okay. And these both I will follow. Okay. So we move on. So yeah, okay. And the sector leaders can, if you have something to say, you can. Yes. Please.
No, I just wanted to include in the same Thanksgiving. So this course for us, it looks like 1 week before Prabhu had actually told us. So Prabhu's been having each time a discussion for 30-40 minutes to know what are the future courses and planning. So there's a whole lot of planning happening. So firstly, again, I would like to thank our own circle servant leader, Madhurapati Prabhu. And for us to sit through like this throughout without fuel in our body is not very easy, right? So constantly Mataji is thinking, is this enough? Should I make more prasadams? Always, in a way, Prabhu, we can say all our nutrition, half of our credit should go to So Mataji, and somebody who is not here, Usha Mataji, Subhopika's mother, also from Yalanka, who cooks up sweets and sent it to us. So for all the people who from the background thought that how can we make comfortable?
So from next time we'll increase the number of chairs also. So thank you, Prabhu, and we can pray at the lotus feet of Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Mai Gauranitai that we get more and more training from you so that we can preach better and be more effective and somewhere play a small part in their proper very good. Thank you. Thank you, Prabhu.
So let's chant Hare Krishna loudly. Excellent. We are missing our mentor, Srivas Krishna and also Kamalaki Radha. So as you know, Kamalaki Mataji is the sister of our Prabhu. And most of us are all tended by mother. So please convey our thanksgiving for all time. Sure. So we will go to the photo session. Yes. All right. So let's all say at least it's a clear except. Vacha kalpatarupasya